Ladies and gentlemen, according to the Washington Examiner, John Durham will personally litigate and prosecute the trial. He will personally be there. He did not speak during the Sussman trial, which perhaps is why there was an acquittal, who knows, but the trial was actually very successful. The Sussman trial, you had Robbie Mook and you had Mark Elias pointing the finger at Hillary Clinton in a court of law under oath. That's never happened before, ever, in the history of mankind. So that was very successful. You have to understand something. Rome was not built in a day. I'm going to read you the Washington Examiner article. If people say, oh, nothing's ever gonna happen, nothing's ever gonna happen, just write $1,000 check, make it out to the DNC, and you've done your work. Because if you believe nothing's ever gonna happen, and they can commit crimes with, just rampant criminality can take place forever without consequences, you might as well work for the Democratic Party. Okay, I love you. I'm glad you're watching the channel, but you know what? That mentality is worth more than a $1,000 check to the Democrats. But anyway, John Durham takes the reins ahead of the trial of Steele Dossier source. Ladies and gentlemen, Rome was not built in a day, and the pendulum is shifting towards Trump Republicans. Trump Republicans will take over the House and the Senate. They will obsess over the Durham probe special counsel, over Hunter's investigations, over impeachment, probably numerous times. They will make me look like I work for the Democratic Party. They will obsess. Probably the main thing they'll only do, hopefully they'll save us from this sinking economy, but the main thing they will obsess over is endless investigations. And you have employees within the Bureau and other agencies who are slowly breaking away from the loyalists of the Democratic Party, because Democrats have loyalists within the U.S. government. Just ask Peter Strzok, who said, we'll stop Trump. Democrats have loyalists within the within the U.S. government. That's why James Comey thought the Steele dossier was credible and couldn't find intent when Clinton transferred top-secret intelligence onto private servers. It's impossible to do, and it is a crime. You cannot transfer special access program intelligence and top-secret data and classified data from secure government locations onto servers running outside the United States government. It's a huge national security risk. Numerous crimes there, but Comey was a loyalist to the Democratic Party. And if you say, well, he wrote the Comey letter, it's like, well, that was a cover-up. That was the crimes were so rampant. What was he supposed to do? He also wanted to let them know that he had the goods on them. But anyway, classified data floating around the U.S. government, if this was Trump, would have already been indicted. He would have already been in prison. So there's obviously a double standard. But here, this is the Washington Examiner. You have to understand, there's 5 counts. He'll get a conviction, John Durham, because he's actually going to be speaking. He wasn't speaking during the Sussman trial, and I'll read you the Washington Examiner article, but see, it's not about the convictions right now. It's the first time in a court of law, ladies and gentlemen, ever. Robbie Mook and Mark Elias pointed the finger at Hillary Clinton and told the world that she personally approved spreading information that was false to media. When Democrats say, oh, Trump lies so much, nobody has lied more than media and the Democratic Party. Trump never colluded with the Kremlin. He was never installed by another country. Nobody ever was indicted, ever, for conspiring or working alongside foreign intelligence officials. And so you have people who were loyalists within the U.S. government, loyalists of the Democratic Party, taking the Steele dossier, using it against Trump. But you have to have parallel investigations in the House and the Senate against Hunter, impeachment, but also pertaining to the Steele dossier and the Durham probe special counsel. Can't do it all on his own. You're going to have political will within the House and Senate. That's going to happen, people. The pendulum's going to switch. So when you say nothing's ever gonna happen, oh my God, it's like just be a little patient. Definitely vote Republican. Anyway, just little patience. But here, John Durham is taking the reins. Durham did the talking for the prosecution on Monday during a brief Danchenko hearing as he filed a short notice in the federal court saying, "I appear in this case as counsel for the United States of America." Okay, while the counsel was often present in the courtroom during the Sussman trial, he never spoke, so Monday's actions were a marked departure. He will be now front and center, speaking, arguing for the case of prosecution under 5 counts. He'll get at least one conviction. He already put an FBI agent, John Connolly, sent him to prison in Boston. So he's already sent a bureau agent to prison before. It's not like he's never done this before. He understands how bureau officials or any official can utilize their bureaucratic post for a corrupt or illegal act or motive. So hit subscribe, by the way, to this channel. I'll have a live stream tonight. Be here for the live stream, ladies and gentlemen, at around 9:30 or so. Every day at 8 a.m. and 11 a.m. Pacific time, I will have 2 segments on this channel, so set your clocks to 8 a.m. and 11 a.m. I will have important segments on the stock market crash channel and nuclear confrontation channel today. If you want to support my work, my Patreon is below to my new Patreons. Thank you so much. I can't do this without you. I don't have $20 million in venture capital funding like some people. Also, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to give a super thanks to this segment, the super thanks is below, next to the like and the share buttons. If you want to read my writing in The Hill, The Huffington Post, Salon, The Jerusalem Post, The Federalist, other publications, go to hagoodman.com. I'm redoing the website a bit, or updating it, I should say, so you'll enjoy hagoodman.com. And let's continue. So, status conference minutes filed with the court said that the counsel for government also included, okay, so there were other attorneys, obviously, they're going to work with him, but he is going to be front and center. He will speak, while the special counsel was often present in the courtroom during the Sussman trial, he never spoke, so Monday's actions were a marked departure. The special counsel said Monday the prosecution is on track with producing discovery for the defense, and there was another status conference in September. Durham's team said in May it had produced the defense over 5,000 documents in classified discovery. So 5,000 classified documents they all have. Classified documents that nobody has had because they were classified. So and I'll do a segment on him releasing 5,000 classified documents. A court filing by Durham last month requested the court issue 30 subpoenas for possible witness testimony. It would be very interesting. Hopefully, James Comey is one of the witnesses. He is on record as saying, gosh, golly gee, he's salt of the earth. Comey, he's a good person. He really believed the Steele dossier was accurate. And so, obviously, the dossier was not accurate. It's full of lies and nonsense. See, the thing is, you have to understand something. When you look at these trials and you look at this, the Durham Pro Special Counsel is very important. It just needed political will and some media attention. It's going to have the political will. You will have 4 years of Republicans in the House impeaching, investigating, doing exactly what Democrats did, except they'll have crimes to actually investigate and impeach Biden for. With Trump, they still can't find a crime. They have convinced themselves he's the embodiment of evil. They cannot find a crime. They literally cannot charge him with the crime. I'm not being hyperbolic here. I'm not being petulant. I'm not being partisan. The Democrats and media cannot find a crime. You could easily find a crime with Clinton and top secret intelligence. And again, I want a Donald Trump, Hillary Clinton 2024. I'm praying for that every day. But you could easily find a crime. Comey said there was no intent. By the way, you don't even need intent. People have been prosecuted and gone to prison left and right for unintentionally doing things. But anyway, you can find numerous crimes with Hunter. Just any of his photos. Him weighing illegal narcotics in addition to the 150 suspicious and financial transactions. I mean, these people are like, the rampant criminality is like unbelievable. So there's never going to be like, you can't always commit crimes with rampant impunity. It's not always going to be that easy for people. But hit subscribe to this channel. Be here for the live stream tonight. And go to the stock market crash and the nuclear confrontation channels right now. Be here for the live stream.